Lena cannot hear you. You're muted.
Thank you, Sister Kim. Good evening, Bhante and all Kalyana Mita Sukhi Huntu. I'm Ayana and welcome to Sutta Discussion Day 96 by Bhante Dr. Ganbo Dawila Chandima. This is the second class of Paṭhamasamajīvī Sutta with topic not a single thought of cheating or nama or manasapi aticharita. Paṭhamasamajīvī Sutta is the 8th sutta from the total of 10 sutta that have been chosen by Bhante Chandima for this sutta discussion. In previous classes, Bhante has discussed about Mangala Sutta, Ratana Sutta, Metta Sutta, Sigalawada Sutta, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Sabasawat Sutta, and Paṭhakama Sutta, which Bhante has elaborated those sutta in depth. For those who have missed our previous classes, please check on Ti-Ratana Vihara Amampadaana's Clan Facebook page and YouTube channel. We have uploaded the previous 95 classes there. We are always welcoming newcomers. Therefore, whoever that wish to join the class via Zoom, where we can engage directly with Bhante, can contact us on Ti-Ratana Vihara Amampadaana Clan's Facebook Messenger, or register through the QR code that I have shared in our recent flyer regarding to the Sutta discussion class on our Facebook account, or even can contact the Vihara directly through WhatsApp. Our speaker, Bhante Dr. Ganbo Dawila Chandima, is the Associate Editor of the Journal of International Buddhist Studies, or JIBS, which is published by the Buddhist Research Institute of Mahachulalongkorn Raja Vidyalaya University in Thailand. He was previously a research fellow at the Center for Studies in Religion and Society, or CSRS, at University of Victoria, Canada. Bhante Dr. Chandima was also a Theravada Buddhist chaplain at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada from year 2012 to 2016. Bhante is currently the Senior Advisor to Paṭhisota, a virtual Dhamma organization that hosts a weekly online Pali reading class, Sutta discussion, Dhamma talks, and a variety other Dhamma activities. His Dhamma work can be accessed at www.paṭhisota.blogspot.com, or we can also follow Bhante through Paṭhisota Facebook account. Without further ado, we welcome once again Bhante, and as usual, thank you very much for the wonderful guidance and teaching. Sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Ariana, for the introduction. Good evening, Dhamma friends. Welcome back. And before we get started, shall we pay respect to the Buddha? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Right, so today we have Aliana, Kim, Melinda, Kelvin, Nain, Cheng, Barbara, Corina, Samita, Boom. Aaron is already taking care of the technical side. Aaron, could you be adding the title to the Facebook Live? And we have B, Rinali, Jacqueline, Lim, Hema, Itniho, Annie, and Chan. Maybe some others might be joining as we proceed. Today, we are looking at another section of the Sutta, Paṭhamasamajīvī Sutta. I think many of you were there last Friday to understand the introduction of this Sutta. So in the introduction of the Sutta, I was trying to tell you that the Buddha was teaching this Sutta to a couple who wish to be reborn, which is not a normal thing that you hear from suttas, even from some Dhamma talks. So it is not because of the suttas issue or suttas issues. It is because the Dhamma may not have been propagated with all these aspects. So we have to learn all these aspects. So Sutta discussion day 96. And the topic today is going to be not a single thought of cheating. Actually, I made it a little bit contextual. The true translation is going to be not even in a thought. And somebody might misunderstand. We put it not even in a thought. Some might say I cheat on somebody, but not maybe in a random thought. But it says Manasapi Aticharita. We will look at the Pali words. That means even I do not cheat, even in a thought. That's why the translation was given as not a single thought of cheating. Cheating. Now, the bigger meaning is cheating. What can we learn from Buddhism? Nowadays, this is a very interesting conversation because people, they go through different trust issues. Trust issues, I would say, trust in terms of relationships, trust in terms of connections to other people. Cheating could be the other polar opposite of that trust. So very interesting. I mean, very interesting to everybody. Even you are probably different ages, even you are, going through different things in your life. This is a very interesting aspect of your life. That's why I put it as not a single thought of cheating. Manasapi. Manasapi means, we will actually check that in the text. All right, let's go to the text. Sister Ariana, I think I'm disabled to screen share. Maybe somebody can give me the host. Okay. Yeah, probably you can give me the host, the co-host.
Already, Bhante?
Not yet, Ariana. Yet. Maybe just go to my my name and then right click and maybe assign as co-host.
Bhante, is it okay now?
Same. Host disabled. Maybe.
Still disabled, Bhante?
Now okay. Yes, thank you. Oh, so we are here. Last Friday we left over here. Now, what we learned that day was that Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita, they approached the Buddha. Now the conversation is going. Okay, maybe I would ask somebody to read because we are going to discuss number 4 and number 5 today. Number 4 is Nakula Pita's saying version, and number 5 is Nakula Mata's, what Nakula Mata said to the Buddha. Okay, who would like to read this part?
I try.
Yes.
Yato
Yes,
me
Annie.
Bhante, Bhante. Yato me Bhante, Nakula Mata Gaha Paṭhani, Dahara Seva, Dahara Anita, Nabijanami, Nakula Matarang, Gaha Paṭhani, Mahasap, Manasapi, Atirachita.
Aticharita.
Aticharita, Kuto Panakayena. Icheyama Mayang Bhante Dinte Chevadamme Anyamanyam Pasitum Abhisaparayancha Anyamanyam Pasitunti.
Pasitunti.
Pasitun. Tea.
Yeah,
what do you
great.
call it?
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
You talk to him, you don't know. How many kids he got? No.
All right. Yeah.
I don't want. He won't
I would ask,
remember me.
can you please mute your
I just got
audio?
curious, that's all. So, how much can I ask? How much was the funeral for your mom?
Things happening like that. It's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, no
Now
problem.
it's okay, Bhante.
Okay, so let me read. Yato me bhante nakula mata gahapatani dahara seva dahara anita nabhi janami nakula mataram gahapatani. This is the interesting word phrase. Manasapi aticharita. So kuto panaka. Kuto panakai. Ichayama mayang bhante ditthe cheva dhamme anya manyang pasitum abhisamparayangcha anya manyang pasitum. Just to give you a basic understanding, I'm going to read the translation. Bhante, since I was young, Nakula Pitasi, when the young girl Nakula Mata was given to me in marriage, possibly an arranged marriage in India at that time, I do not recall ever transgressing, which means cheating, against her, even in thought, much less by deed. Actually, a better translation. What about action? We wish, I and Nakula Mata, we both wish Bhante to see one another not only in this life, but also in future lives. Right? Now, on the surface level, we have to think about, do people in today's world make this kind of wish? I mean, relating to themselves, not going to a Buddhist temple, actually. You know, but they thought, we want to go see the Buddha and then tell him, right? Let's see. Yato. Yato means, what is yato? Yato means ever since. Ever since. Ever. Bhante. Bhante. Bhante means? Bhante means? What does Bhante means?
Venerable.
Actually, now in your Malaysian context, you use the term Bhante for addressing monks.
Teacher.
Right? Yeah, teacher.
Bhikkhu,
Actually,
Reverend sir.
bhikkhu.
Bhikkhu. Yeah, there are. See, I think it's a very good thing to discuss too. It's not very much related to our topic, but because this appears, this addressing term appears in the section, we will talk about it. Now, when the Buddha went to Isipatana, remember? Why did he go to Isipatana? Migadai, Benares, he wanted to give the first Dhamma. Then the 5 monks, so-called 5 monks, they started addressing him as Avuso. Avuso. Avuso means this Paridhamma. Avuso. Avuso. Avuso means, it's like a
Brother monk.
word, an addressive term that is used by monks and monks, same age, probably same, the monks who got the high ordination during the same time, also. Then Buddha told him that it is not appropriate for you to talk to me with also. Right? So it changed on to Bhante at a certain point. So Bhante is normally used to address in a proper way. But at the same time, you know, in different countries, the monks are being addressed in different terms. In Sri Lanka, they address Hamuduru, right? It's a different term, Hamuduru. And then here, they're Bhante. And in Thailand, called Ajahn, teacher, right? It's different. But here, Bhante is a very respectful term to address someone in this case. So now,
Bhante, how to spell Abuho?
also,
So you say Sri Lanka, they address as
Hamduru is a very popular term. Let me, Yeah. That's there. You don't have to change. There's no better way. There's no better way to say that. I think you can just go by Bhante is good. That is what you are used to. Bhikkhu is a very, how to say, yeah, Buddha address them as bhikkhus too. I mean, in his capacity. But normally we don't call, hello, bhikkhu, how are you? We don't say like that, you know. It's kind of a very monastically used term, especially in the formal setup. Otherwise, in our day-to-day conversations, we don't, even a monk does not call, hey, you are a bhikkhu, you know, come bhikkhu over here. We don't say like that, you know, a little bit strange, right? It's like calling, you know, someone, hello, man, come here, man, come man over here. Who are you? You know, hey, woman, come over here. It's like that, you know. The bhikkhu, we don't call it like that way. But bhikkhu is the way how we understand the status of a monk. Bhikkhu, bhikkhuni. It's a word that is being used in the main text. Let's go back. Okay. Ever since, dear Venerable Sir, ever since Nakula Mata Gahapatani Daharaseva. Daharaseva means, now this ever since has to be connected to this part. Yato me Daharaseva. Ever since I was young. Then Nakula Mata Gahapatani Dahara Anita. That means Nakula Mata was actually, the true translation, Anita means brought by. That means the man went to a house and he brought this Nakula Mata went to a house and he brought Nakula Mata to his house. Not that she was given. She had to be given, but then she was she was brought to his house. Anita, bring. Then Nabhi Janami Nakula Mataram Gahapatani Manasabi Aticharita Kutopana Kai. Now there's one, the subject is missing. Huh? Have you ever seen in Pali language, subject is missing? Do you find that in English also? There is no person who is saying that. But you see the verb that is ending in me, me, and all that. That means we have to understand if it is ending with this kind of suffix. Let's see. Nabijanamya, me. If it is ending with me, that means ahang. Ahang means I. Nabijanama means vayang. That means we. So that means you can guess who could be the subject. Now here it is me. That means this Nakula Pita is talking about himself. That means I. Nabijanami, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I cannot recall. Even you could say, you know, I'm pretty sure. Nabijanami. Nakula Matarang Gahapatani. Nakula Matarang Gahapatani. Manasapi Aticharito. Manasapi means not exceeded. Aticharita, what do you call? Aticharita means exceeded. Charita means behave. Charati. Aticharita means behaved beyond. That means I have not behaved beyond Nakula Mata, householder Nakula Mata, even in a single thought. That means as a male, they can behave beyond a particular person. They can. But here in this case, Nakula Pita is saying, I have not done that. That means I have taken care of my thoughts about her. What do you think? Is this a very normal phenomenon? What do you think? Do you think that this might be a very easy thing for a normal person? It might not be, especially in the modern context. So Nakulapita is saying, pretty sure, I mean, with lots of confidence, I have never, especially ever since I brought her to the house, I never, that means thought anything beyond her. That means I have never, in simple thoughts, cheated on her. So now cheating in this point means not just a physical action. Now you might think about cheating means there has to happen a certain physical action, right? Maybe kind of a conversation, kind of a physical interaction. But here this sutta says cheating happens at the level of the mind. You might be with somebody, but the mind could go to somebody else. That's very interesting, right? That's why he particularly mentions about manasa. I have even not cheated on her, even with the thought. Putopanakayana, what about the body? Now, this cheating that we see in the world is like a bodily cheating, right? But I have not even cheated on her, even with the thought, maybe with an emotion. There's no emotional cheating as well. And then what is going to happen over here? Ichchayama. Now, this means we. Why?
We wish.
Not ichchayami. Ichchayami means we wish, we like, we desire. Mayang means we. Bhante, 20%. Ditte cheva dhamme. Ditte cheva dhamme. Ditte cheva dhamme means, you can see the translation. Ditte che means this life. Then abhisamparayanancha means next life. Ditte cheva means this life. Abhisamparayanancha means next life. So we wish to see each other. Anyamanyam means each other. Pasitum, to see in this life. Ditte cheva. Not only that, but also Abhisamparayanancha anyamanyam pasitum. We would also like to see each other even in the next life. Interesting, huh? So how many of you are as lucky as this comes? I mean, as this Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita. You might call it being lucky or what. So they wish to be reborn. Now they are very happy to see each other in this life. They wish to be reborn to see each other next life, like Prince Siddhartha and Princess Yashodhara. This is what he said to the Buddha. We will discuss other things later, but at the moment, you have to understand, Ditte Cheva means this life, Abhisamparayanancha means next life. The next section is also the same. This is that was given by Nakula Mata. But let's see if there are any words that need more explanations. Understood? You can understand about Dahara. Dahara means new word for you. Dahara means young. Dahara means young.
Anita.
Anita means brought. Brought
Oh,
from somewhere.
brought.
Brought. Nabijanami Nakula Matarang Gahabatani. Manasabi means even with a thought. Aticharita means charita means behave. Aticharita means cheat. Behave beyond cheating. The Pali word for cheating is aticharita. Next time somebody is cheating, can say, you have aticharita now. Or aticharita. Pali word. Then kayana means body. Ichchayam means desire. Mayang. We Bhante members. Ditte cheva. Ditte, actually ditte means this life. Eva means not only. Ditte cheva dhamme. Anyamanya means each other. Pasitum means to see each other. To see. Pasitum to see. Abhisamparayanancha means next life. I would like to ask you about this Pali term. Anyamanya. Anyamanya. What do you see in this word? Anyang, anyang, right?
Yeah.
Anyang, anyang. Let me write that over here. Probably would do something like this. Anyang anyang. Okay. I'm going to zoom it down. Anyang anyang. This is the these are the true Pali words. But then what has happened over here is anyang anyang. Now there is a sandhi, call it a combination happen over here. How do you know there is a sandhi? This M is the one which combine these two words.
Oh.
Anyang anyang. Right? Anyang, another, one another. Anyang anyang. Have you ever found this this Pali word anyang anyang or anyam anyang anywhere in your readings before? I hope you are going to be embarrassed if I mention very popular Pali term once again. If you have a very good reading, in a split second, things should come to your mind. In a split second. It's a very short time. Have you ever heard this Pali stanza? Naparu paranni kubbeta, nati manyeta kattachina kanchi, byarosana patigasanya, nanya manyasa dukkha.
Metta Sutta.
Metta Sutta. Nanya manyasa. Now, what is the difference? There is a na coming at the beginning. That means na means no. But same Pali word. Nanya manya, nya manya. That means the ma is the combined part. Means what is the meaning of that? Nanya manyasa dukkha means let no one expect suffering of somebody else or one another. That means in Buddhism, we cannot be happy for other person's suffering. Have you ever seen people are happy when other people are suffering?
Sadist.
Huh?
Sadist.
Yeah, that is the English term. Sadist. I mean, have you ever seen that when people are into suffering, not even their health issues, maybe wars, country issues, maybe other personal issues, maybe something that is related to other people. Have you ever seen other people are happy when they are going through, they must have suffered like this, thinking as such. So that is a un-Buddhist, that is a thought that will come to somebody who does not know the true Dhamma. Sometimes they know lot of Dhamma teachings, but they have not understood the core of the Dhamma, the most important things that they should have learned in the Dhamma. They might learn some bigger teachings, how to attain Nibbana. If we want to go and understand that, we have to be better people first, good human beings first, right? We're going to discuss that too. Because in Buddhism, there are two purposes. One is to become a better person, good human being first. Or maybe good being first, good being or good human being first. And then to think about how to attain Nibbana. Not that being a bad person, being a bad human being and going to attain Nibbana, which will not ever happen. That's why the Buddha is trying to say in all these suttas, be a better human being, even in this sutta. So, Naparo paranni kubbeta, nati manyeta kattachina. Naparo paranni kubbeta. That means, let no one, Naparo paranni kubbeta, let no one cheat on other people or one another. Nati manyeta kattachina. Let no one insult another person anywhere, anytime. Then, Vyarosana Paṭhikasanya. How can somebody insult other person? How can someone cheat on other person out of anger or out of hatred? Finally, we have to have this mental state. We should never ever be happy when somebody who we like or we don't like go through a bad time. In our country, in our family, in other families, other countries, wherever in this whole universe. If we are not able to come to that level of mindset, that means we have a lot to do. We have a long way to go actually to practice Dhamma. So, Anyamanya means one another. All right, it's pretty clear. I'm going to probably erase this part just to see
Bhante, can I have
clarity.
a question?
Yes, give me a second. Just to have some clarity of the text.
Yeah. just-
Okay, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, about the text, the Ati-Charita and then the Manasapi, where is it that it shows the I do not recall ever. I mean, there should be a negative to denote that Ati-Charita, he did not do the Ati-Charita. So which word in the text that says is a negative?
Here, na bijanami, here, see?
The na is a negative.
Nah, this is the negative part that goes to Manasapi.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he
Alright,
said,
thank
I don't recall
Mm,
even a cheating
yeah.
with a thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, it has happened at the beginning. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Plus, it's like opposite. Their text is always like the end
Yeah,
goes.
when we speak in Pali, words can go here
Yeah.
and there. Even the negativity can also come at the beginning, negative part.
So I'm trying to figure out where's the negative. Thank you,
Because the negative part has come down to he doesn't recall. Because the rest is the normal action, what other people do. Manasapi aticharita. That means someone cheat at the level of the mind. But where does he say that I haven't done it? He's adding that to I don't recall. I don't recall even a cheating with a single thought.
So
What about
bijana means recall, is it?
Abhijanami means I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I remember. I haven't done it.
Okay, so when they have
Otherwise you could say jana. Jana means no. Abhijana means I'm very sure. I'm very sure. Maybe I know for sure. I know for sure. I haven't.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Bhante, Manasapi is not cheated, is it? Not cheated.
No. Manasapi is a thought. Aticharita is the cheat. Now, in when you learn about the sila, I want to emphasize that. You know sila, right? S long I L A. Now, when you learn sila, there are two types of sila. What are the two types? Charitabba vajjeta. Let me write that for you. They're very interesting ones, Pali words. Here, maybe I have to make it a little smaller. Charita. The other one is vajjeta. Now, both these are attached to the sila. This is what we are supposed to do. This is what we are not supposed to do. Charitabba means how to behave. You see charati. Now this Pali word is charati. You can see over here. Charati. Now in the sila, when it comes to our sila practice, we are supposed to behave in a certain way. Now that certain way is very understood, right? When you go to different sila. Vajjetabba means things that you not should be done, right? That means you have to discard. You have to give up. Most probably the opposite of charitabba. So here, now charita is normally charita means character. Our character. And when the prefix ati, this prefix is preceded by charita, it means ati means you behave beyond what you are supposed to act on that particular action. That means mostly this beyond action means cheating, transgression, maybe cheating is what we normally call manasapi aticharita. All right. Okay.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you.
Yes, and you can see ditte means dislike, abhisamparaya means next slide. I think we have to discuss the second, read the second section too, because the same idea. Then we will go to the explanations. Who would like to read this part? Okay, yes, please go ahead.
Bhante, nakula matapi ko kahapatani Bhagavatang itadawoka ja yatohang bante nakulapitono gahapatisa daharasewa dahara anita nabijanami
Nabi.
nakula
Nabi.
nabijanami nakulapitarang gahapatin manasapi aticarita kuto panakayena iceyama mayang bante titte cewa
Mayang. Ichaya. Kutopana kayena ichayama.
yama mayang bante titte cewa dame anya manyang pasiteng tam abisamparayang ca ana manyang pasiton ti.
Good, but this Pali word has to be, improved to be pronounced. How do we say this thing?
Anya manyang
Anya manya.
manyang
Anya manyang, not annaman. Anya manyang.
anya manyang
Anya manyang pasitum.
pasiton
Yeah,
ti.
great.
Thank
In this section, the same thing goes, but now we will see from Nakula Mata's voice. Nakula Mata Pikho Gahapatani Bhagavanta Etadavucha Yato Hang Bhante Nakula Pituno Gahapatis Dahara Seva Dahara Anita Nabhijanami Nakula Pitarang Gahapating. This is the interesting part. Manasapi atichari. Kuto panakai, even add this part here. Icheyam mayang bhante ditte cheva dhammi anya manyang pasitum abhisamparayancha anya manyang pasitum. Now, keep in mind about this part. You should also understand this is a particular Pali word also. Now, only when you learn this section with the whole sentence, you will say Nabi Janami. But Nabi is also another Pali word. What does Nabi mean? Nabi. Now, we understand Nabi Janami is I don't recall for sure. But if you take Nabi as a separate word, that has another meaning. What does Nabi mean? Navel point of anybody. Navel point. Navel point of the body. Okay, that is called Nabi. So then whenever you read this part, you have to understand there's a different Pali word also. So I have to particularly understand this is Nabi Janam, not Nabi. I might stop. Nabi Jan. Not Nabi Janami. Then say, oh really? You think about your navel point here. Not about navel point. I don't recall for sure. Nabi Jana. So you have to say as a full word. As a full word. Otherwise, Nabi means navel point of the body. Okay, let's see. The housewife, Nakula Mata, in turn said to the blessed one, the Buddha, Bhante, since I was a young girl, given to the young household Nakula Pita in marriage, I don't recall over transgressing against him, cheating him even in a thought, much less by deed. Of course, not even by a deed. We wish, Bhante, to see one another, not only in this present life, but also in future. That means they have already discussed this thing back home before coming, right? Otherwise, what if Nakula Mata to say, Nakula Pita, oh, no, I don't like to be reborn with you, right? They have already discussed. They have planned everything, and then now come to the Buddha and said to the Buddha. Let's still wait to learn what the Buddha said for the next Friday. But today, we are going to learn about this particular state. What are we going to learn over here? See again here, Nakula Mata Api means Nakula Mata. Gahapatani means a female householder, a lady who owns a house. Bhagavanta, the word Bhagavanta, blessed one. Yato, ever since, Bhante, Vantuse, Nakula Pituno, Gaha. Same thing has happened to Nakula Mata as well, right? Right? That means Now, we cannot say that Nakula Mata went to Nakula Pita's house and brought him over to her house. Definitely, this must have been it's a very male-centered society at that time. Nakula Pita went to her house and brought him. Now, what we have to understand here is the arranged marriage, probably. Maybe a marriage that happened by lineage. My father, mother gave me to Nakula Pita. Ever since that time, ever since that marriage, Nabhijanami Nakula Pitarang Gahapating Manasapi Aticharita. I have not even I recall for sure that I have not even cheated on Nakula Pita, my husband, Manasapi, even in a thought. I have not cheated. Aticharita. What about the body? If I have not cheated on the part of a thought, what about my actions? Ichayam means we wish, and we Bhante. So we would like to further see each other in this life. Abhisamparayam, even in the next life, each other, we each other. Anyamanyam pasito. All right, this is the requests which were given by both Nakula Pita and Nakula Mata. It's pretty clear, right, to all of you. So with that thing, we are going to talk about cheating in Buddhist text. Cheating and then relationships and then Kamisumichachara. I think this is very interesting in today's world because people are not very much open to understand about what the Buddha said about karmas and how does a layperson need to look at karmas. Let me ask you this fundamental question. What is Kamisumichachara? Which is the third precept in your 5 precepts. What is it?
Abstain.
Sexual misconduct.
Who said that?
Annie.
Yes, Annie. What was it?
Kamisumichachara, right?
Yes.
The third precept. No sexual misconduct.
No sexual misconduct. Yes, Kim, you have anything to say?
I was going to say the same thing. But Bhante, how do you know you were made for each other? Like now you're husband and wife, so previously you were husband and wife. How would you know, Bhante?
Can you repeat this again?
Oh, like now you're husband and wife. But
Okay.
how you were previously also husband and wife?
Well, I mean, unless you probably there are people who are making that statement. Now, when Prince Siddhartha and Princess Yashodhara, they fell in love for the first time 500 lifetimes before. The story is Chandakinara Jataka story. It is said that when they became as such, they never wanted to become mother and father at that point. They didn't want, they say, Prince Siddhartha didn't want Yashodhara to be
The mother.
his mother. Yashodhara didn't want Prince Siddhartha to be her father, because otherwise they cannot keep going as such, as this Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita said. So I think it's just a feeling only. I mean, the answer to your question is, let's say a couple is to think about, maybe we are so much into each other. Probably we must have been connected in a past life as well. It could start at an impression, maybe a feeling level, but if we want to ascertain, make sure that it's somebody like the Buddha, maybe somebody who can understand our previous life, has to say something. But it is highly likely to be two partners to have been born together in the previous life. It's highly likely. Yeah, it can be.
So
It can
Bhante,
happen.
what
Yeah.
husband and wife? So previously you were also husband and wife.
It could be mostly if you feel that. If you feel to that extent, sometimes some couples don't feel that. What a mistake I made. I mean, they might think differently, but sometimes when they feel that things are going very well, we are very understanding each other, and then at least we have a good communication. You know, that's very important, right? You might stay together, but one is open-handed, the other one is close-handed. I mean, when things are going okay, you know, you see other people also, right? The problems that are going through by other couples, other people. So you feel like maybe we might not have started in this life. Now you can think about Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita. They may have started many lives before. You just think about Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita were together 500 lifetimes before. Because the Buddha said in one sutta, this couple was his parents for 500 lifetimes. That means they were together 500 lives before. Right?
Okay.
So that means this must have been coming from many, many lives before. So it's possible. I think how to feel that, it's a very different thing. So I mean, it is at the discretion of that particular person, that couple. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Sometimes the opposite can happen. Sometimes our enemies will turn up as the partner. You know, they have made a grudge in the past life. So next
So
life, I want to be very close to you and then take revenge from you. So they are going to be a part of the. So the person cannot do anything. Yeah, maybe they are already in a marriage, maybe somewhere else. They can't do anything because in a last life, one of them or maybe both of them made a curse on each other. It can happen, right? It can happen. It could happen because there are many stories about it. Now you see, even this is very applicable to animal life. There are some female cats, they give birth and they eat the kitten. Every time they give birth. Why is it? Why is this female cat doing that to her own kitten? Something wrong with her. Maybe she must have been cursed. Maybe she must have been doing something like paying off for something, maybe for the curse. So I think the good part of your question is, most of our relationships, especially lay people's marriages, they are sansari, most of them. I don't think that they happen random. So that thing is certain. All right, let's go back to Kamesamichachara. We can
Bhante,
discuss more. Yes.
Bhante, what is the key message here? Is meant for married couples to be reborn life after life?
The key message is, I think I will save that information to the end of this
Okay.
discussion.
Okay.
So it's good. I leave those information to the
Okay.
last point.
Okay.
I'm still trying to bring up the relevant areas of this topic.
Okay.
Because now, as a layperson, you are abiding by the Kamesamichachara. Now, somebody said sexual misconduct. Kamesamichachara. Now, has anybody talked about this sexual misconduct from a point of cheating? Or they only think sexual misconduct happens at the level of some physical actions? What do you think? In modern world, they think it is only you go, you talk, and you get in touch, and then things become a little different, physical, and then you are engaging in sexual misconduct. Has anybody thought, now, if this sutta is saying a perfect way to keep the trust is that not even entertaining, developing a thought about somebody, even in a thought, I think that must have been a very, very ideal couple. I think it's a very difficult thing for many people in today's world. That's kind of an ideal way of looking at each other. So even Kamesamichachara is normally taken as a physical cheating. But here what we understand, cheating arises at the level of thoughts. Now you think about, somebody might say, somebody sexually misconducted, right? But in order that sexual misconduct to happen, what do you think? Do you think that there were no any thoughts preceding to that thought, that particular action? Yeah, still have some thoughts. In Buddhism, we believe karma starts at the thought, at the level of volition. That means there may be somebody who is in a relationship, married relationship, is doing well, but in his secret mind, his or her secret mind, he or she is entertaining certain thoughts. This is something we have to discuss. That could be the fundamental level of cheating under Paṭhamasamajīvī. You might not say it in your normal life, but according to this sutta, this could be a point. Right? Now you might then ask, what about King Kosala? Had a lot of wives, including Queen Mallika. What about King Bimbisara? He had a lot of wives, or he had a harem. King Kosala had a harem. And all these bangers, it's a different level. They are not normal people. Right? They are not normal people that we are talking in these teachings. Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita is a normal couple. General normal couple that we see in our everyday life. Right? So, what we need to understand here is that cheating, which will eventually lead someone to engage in sexual misconduct, starts at the mind level, That thing has to be understood. Right? I think it's a very interesting topic for the modern society with our young people to understand that. I mean,
Bhante,
yes.
if the thought stops at that level, a thought only, it never proceeds to action.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That is at least better. Some people even cannot manage that. It's better. But the ideal life, when you talk about ideal relationship in Buddhism, even letting that thought come up can be an issue. Now we are with Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita, we are talking about an ideal relationship. When we say ideal, what does it mean? Now in the driving code, they say you must drive at this speed on the road. You must drive at this particular speed on this road. But whenever there is a bad road condition, bad weather, bad road condition, are you supposed to drive at the same speed? No, you have to lower your speed. Right? So in that way, what I'm talking here with this teaching is that when we are talking about an ideal relationship according to Buddhism, even entertaining a thought that is a fundamental failure in your spiritual practice, it could be the starting point of that eventual problem. But let's say someone doesn't know about this thing, still struggling, at least to manage that thought is much better. But now with this teaching, anybody who can think about, who can work on this, can manage that kind of thought. Right? Kamesu Michachara is one of the very interesting points to think about. When we say Kamesu, it is a very broader area. How many kamas are there? I think I already discussed with you. There are many kamas: Rupa Kama, Saddha Kama, Gandha Kama, Rasa Kama, Pottabha Kama, Dhamma Kama. Kamas with regard to sight, kamas with regard to sound, kamas with regard to smell, kamas with regard to taste, kamas with regard to touch, kamas with regard to thought. Tell me one particular thing that you will get all these 6 kamas. You have learned that I can get this kama by eating this and this. Tell me one kama that you can get from one particular object. You will get all the 6 kamas in one.
The kama, what do you call it? Drinking. You drinking.
Drinking.
Drinking, consumption of.
You will get all the 6 kamas by drinking.
Yeah. Is it?
Okay.
Greed.
Huh?
Greed.
What is that?
I say, is it greed, Bhante?
No. I'm now we already know that there are 6 karmas. Rupa, Sattva, Gandha, Rasa, Pottabha, Dhamma. Now, normally you understand these karmas individually. You look at certain things, people, you feel happy, you have Rupa karma. You hear their sound or whatever, then you have Sattva karma. You eat some food, you have Rasa karma. Now I'm asking, is there any one object that you can name that you can get all these 6 karmas?
Loba.
I'm asking an object, not a mental state,
Object.
without taking a lot of
Bhante,
time. Yes.
Bhante, can we say food? We love the food from seeing, then we from smelling all this.
Uh-huh.
Cannot. Food from the food, nice food.
But does food talk to us? Food doesn't talk to us. Maybe a better example, food cannot talk to us, but we have our inner chatter about the food. This place, this food. I'm telling you something from the Buddha. Check the first sutta in the Anguttara Nikaya, the first one. Buddha says, for a man, the woman is the object that he is expecting the six karmas. And for a woman, man is the one who gets all these 6 karmas. Buddha says.
Yeah, correct.
Go and check the first sutta of Anguttara Nikaya. Now this means this relates to our 6 karmas, right? This relates to our 6 karmas because you get all the sight, touching, all that. Now, the next thing to discuss is if the people are involved with our 6 karmas, then we have a question: how to use our karmas? Do we have to stop using karmas, or do we have to use karma? What are we going to do with karmas? What are we supposed to do? Karmas have 3 stages. There are 3 stages that karmas have. What are they? Let me write them for you. Asada. Asada means I'm going to translate them too. This is number 1 of the stage of when we are going to understand karmas. Karmas have 3 stages to understand. First one is asada. Second one is adi. Because I don't have the diacritical marks, I'm going to double the letters. Adinava means, I would say, results. Karma. Third one is Nissarana. Nissarana means giving up, maybe escape. That's a little high English word, but escape. Where does Buddha talk about this? I think I have to find this sutta. I think Chula Dukkha Kanda Sutta. Let me see. Dukkha. Yes, Chula Dukkha Kanda Sutta. This is going to be Majjhima Nikaya 14. Chula Dukkha Kanda Sutta. Majjhima Nikaya 14. In this sutta of Majjhima Nikaya, Buddha clearly mentions, with regard to the karmas, we must understand these 3 stages of karma. Now, what is the normal advice that you have received in many places about karmas? Let me know. Maybe may I ask you?
Do only kusala karma.
No. That is karma. This is karma. I haven't been able to type that. I'm talking about karma, not karma. These are 2 terms. Karma. Karma means say sensual desires. Calm.
Oh, sensual desire.
Yeah, sensual desires. Now, what is the normal advice you may have received from many places about calm? May I know?
Contentment.
Huh?
Contentment. Contented. Then you have no desire.
That shows that we have to give up the calmness. Others?
Mindfulness,
No,
Bhante.
what is being asked to do with calmness? Normally, what do you hear about calmness? What to do with the calmness?
To restrain, you have to be
To
aware, full
be aware, to
awareness,
restrain.
not clinging.
Okay, they are good ways to handle calmness. Now, here let's see. Yes, the Buddha said that if you don't understand karmas personally, you are not able to manage them. That means you must understand karmas personally. How to understand karmas personally? Now, you know, in your own life, there are things, people who you would like to see. Then there are certain sounds that you would like to hear continuously. There are certain smells that you would like to smell, taste some food, touch, and some thoughts. That means everybody individually have gone through a certain experience, more or less, about calm. Do you accept that? Yes, we have experienced that. Some have very good experiences about calmness. Some have a lot of complaints about them. Some have the both. Some even have not experienced calmness because of other reasons. But an understanding, that means an experience of karma, is necessary to understand karma. Next thing is adinava. Adinava. When we have experienced karma, we also may have experienced certain results of karmas. Can you tell me one result? Actually, we say adinava means a bad result, not a good one. What about a day that you ate a lot because you like that particular food? Were you happy on that day? Did you end up with some health issues? You really like that food, but you cannot eat it up. So you end up being sick on that. Maybe you end up sick after many years to pay off the cost of that particular food. End up with a non-communicable disease, diabetes or something like that. Right? That means health-wise. And also, what about other things? Maybe people, maybe certain other smell, maybe touch, maybe some thoughts.
Commit adultery, then affect the relationship, the family. It's difficult to manage.
We have not been very direct about it so far. We will go there at the end. We haven't gone to the adultery part yet. Still, we are talking about karmas, how to do things with karmas. Yes. So, what about thoughts? How many people are saying that I have been doing a lot of things to my friends, my family? They never appreciated me. I have to give up that now. I have to think about myself now. I don't have a lot of time to live. It's a very short life, right? That means you have come down to, you like helping other people. Maybe you're cherry-pick favorite people, but you ended up with thoughts that I think I've been helping the wrong person, something like that. Or you are going through certain. Anyways, because we have experienced sensual desires in whatever the 6 ways, now we can say we have seen results.
Moral shame. Is it Bhante? Moral fear and moral shame.
No, even without moral shame, now we feel something wrong with us. Let's talk that way. Let's say there is someone who is eating a lot, but never experienced the bad results of that eating, right? But now maybe that particular person think I should have not done this. I should have eaten in moderation.
Regret,
I should have done this way.
Personally, regret.
Remorse.
Yeah. But you have a regret, but you are now able to look at what you've been doing in the past. That is very important. So you do a certain review about your past with that particular habits, good or bad. Now here I would say bad stuff. Now Buddha says, then nissarana, giving up, escape. That person may have a good opportunity to give up. There is someone who has been smoking a lot since young time. Now come down to a place that smoking has given me lots of issues. There's someone who has been alcoholic. Now come down to a place that what I've been. There's someone who's addicted in watching games, movies, whatever. Maybe addicted on social media. Come down to a point, I wasted my whole year, whole month, all. Someone who has been addicted to eating, maybe buying unnecessary things, spend too much money on unnecessary shopping. Now, personally has been understanding something wrong with my karmas. Now, under the level of Nissarana, I have a better opportunity to give up and then to get out of that particular mindset. Now, when we say karma, that is how we look at it. Now, when we go down to Kamisu Michachara, it is particularly said about adultery, as Sutta said. Now I'm going to bring you to the most important aspect of these two sections of the Sutta. Why is Nakula Pita's this statement very important? Why is this Nakula Mata's statement very important? Let me tell you. When someone has a good family, if that person, she or he is receiving the proper love from the right person, if that person feels fulfilled, content, like we know in the Karaniya Metta Sutta, that kind of opportunity in life really helps that person or maybe those people to practice Dhamma very well. It doesn't mean that the single people cannot practice Dhamma. You can't say so. But if there is a very good relationship that is going really nice, really understanding, like this Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita level up relationship, that kind of a couple can peacefully practice Dhamma very well. Now, let's take the other opposite of this side. There's a man who is married, but whose mind always go to all the opposite sex all the time, and getting trapped in with the mind, getting lost with the money. If this same thing happens to another lady, mind always goes to all the people coming up here and there. That is going to be a failure into her normal life, and she or he cannot even practice what she knows, what she can do. That means loving someone who is really deserving for you and spending a life with that particular person long run can really help that person to practice Dhamma. So that means understanding that particular point is very important in your daily life, because that kind of a life is very helpful for you to practice a Dhamma. But don't forget, Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita already Sotapannas. They are already Sotapannas. They already entered into the stream, right? But still they want to be reborn together because they know there's no problem with them, right? Because they have only 7 maximum life. But still, happy relationship life is very important. Though you are married, common law, living together, whatever. But that life is very important for you to safely practice, peacefully practice a Dhamma. All right, any questions? We can discuss the rest with your questions. All right, any questions about today? Yes, Hema, please.
I just want to know the second precept, is it is also cheating, taking things not given?
Second precept, Abhinada. Yes, how do you link that?
it's like taking things not given, and some people will end up stealing things.
Yeah.
So
Finally,
that
all they are connected. Now, let's say there is someone. Now, here's the thing. There are a couple ways to look at it. Adultery, I would say cheating on someone. Maybe this person cheats only with the thought. This person cannot go and be with that person, but cheating with the thought. This is one level of cheating. The another level is, as you said, this person makes a connection to that particular person and then really start a relationship and then trying to steal that particular person from an existing relationship. So these two are both places where someone cheats on. But Nakula Mata's, Nakula Pita's story says that even a thought to cheat is a cheating. They haven't done it. So whether today people cannot do or not, this is going to be an ideal relationship. That's what we have to understand.
Bhante,
thank you.
if the relationship between the Naklapata and Naklapita, the two husband and wife, they are good together, it is because good for them to practice the Dhamma. Right not? The husband and wife are always very true to each other.
No, I don't think they got in touch to practice Dhamma initially.
But
They are good people. They are initially good people. That connection helped them to even start practicing Dhamma.
Yeah. They will start practicing Dhamma. But they are both still also practicing Dhamma. But they are always quarreling around. Quarreling over small things. Do they still wish to be married in every life together? Because there's so much quarreling and arguing, there's no time to practice Dhamma.
Now,
so you still want them to get married together?
Let me tell you, the answer of the Buddha will dispel your question, answer your question too. Now, Buddha says, if you had stayed according to 4 principles, then you will be reborn together. One of that principles talks about that they had no arguments. They had 0 arguments. They had 0 fights. Now, why they had 0 fights? They had a very good communication in their life. I always say that to new couples. Very good, whether one person made an issue or not, they had a very good communication. But in a life of building a lot of sakkaya ditthi, ego between couples, like man builds his own ego, the lady builds her own ego, she has emotional problems, the man has a security ego problem. So then what is happening is kind of a big clash is going to happen when they stay together. So when you look at a Buddhist relationship, these people, they had 0 arguments because there is nothing that can take them to that kind of argument, because they understand it, try to understand. If one has a problem, other persons try to understand. Good communication and understanding. So that's why they have come to this level, even to tell the Buddha as such. But now don't misunderstand, when there is a small argument going in a certain family, that family is bad. This can happen because we're not ideal families. But at least if the argument can be solved, if both are trying to discuss, right? If both are not trying to, to do something harmful, at least they are good people. But they can aim to be this ideal as this couple. Yes.
Bhante, what is the other 3 principles?
I think that is in our next lesson.
Okay.
Go on. But otherwise, teaching everything in one day might be a little complicated. Yes. All right. Other questions about today, about this not cheating? maybe I can ask you a question about Sigalovada Sutta, the one we did long time ago. Maybe I think last year, probably in the first quarter of last year. Do you remember the responsibilities of spouses of in a relationship? There we have a word called anaticharya. That word is interesting here, right? Anaticharya. You can relate to this Pali word, aticharita, but the word is like this. Anaticharya. Anaticharya. So, anaticharya, you can see aticharti over here. That means cheating. That word also similar. So what can we do what can we tell someone who is having this issue all the time? Some thoughts coming up in his or her mind. There's no management. That means that person has to work on his or her thoughts. How to work on the thoughts?
Mindfulness.
How to work on such thoughts? There is someone who is honestly wanting to overcome this issue.
Yeah, Bhante.
Right? What to do?
We want to overcome such issues, but nowadays in modern life, very stressful. Very stressful. Maybe I go to work, I come back, I quarrel, my boss called me and all these things, I already bad mood. When I come home, I become also bad mood. For nothing, I will scold all the family members and all that. So in modern life, there are a lot of stress that will cause a lot of arguments and scoldings and all sorts of quarrels. In modern life, I think it's not realistic to do like Nakaputta. He never think of a bad thing about his wife. Cannot be, I think, but nowadays is modern world.
I don't know the connection you are making with work life and Nakulamata Nakulapita. What is the connection? Because Nakulamata Nakulapita story is about your personal relationship with somebody. Your marriage or something.
They don't quarrel with each other. But what I'm saying is, in modern life here, husband and wife, they always quarrel. They always have a lot of reason to quarrel.
Yeah, that's why we are educating people. We are not talking about the whole society. They may not, maybe they are not able to understand this. That's what we are telling. Because at least we understand there is a certain way to see these people in the Buddhist stories, right? That means if people are really mindful about their choices, they probably be able to find the right person. We are always telling that. Not that you're picking up the wrong person and trying to make that person good. So there's always a chance to make a good connection to the right person at the beginning. Right person. I think people have this choice, right? And then to minimize certain issues, small issues. But if the people who are together even quarrel for a small thing, very petty thing,
yeah,
you think we have to accept that as this is the modern way of living together? Do we have to? I don't think. I think that's a failure in their relationship. They quarrel even for the TV, even for the food, even for the daily chores, even for the cleaning of the house, even going to do the grocery. What is this? I don't think this is modern and we have to accept that. This is a failure in their whatever relationship. Yes, so they have to do something for that.
Oh, you're wrong. And not everyone. Oh, now you say everyone quarrel husband and no what?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But yeah.
I don't agree with your statement, brother.
Well, I think he might be talking about many others probably in his own way. But anyways, I think we cannot simply accept that this is modern and then, we have to just take it as a normal thing. Of course, we have temptations. There are a lot of temptations nowadays. So we have to understand that because of these temptations, how to make the better choices, how to keep our mind very peaceful, how to keep our concentration very focused, and then to work with others, relationship and others. So I'm not saying that from today onwards you have to be Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that ideally speaking, one day if you want to think about, have I spent my relationship in the best possible way, how the Buddha looked at it, this is the way. If you haven't been able, there may be other reasons, but at least you know this is how it should have been happened. But if I could not, I at least try my level best to
Give and take.
level. Yeah. Yes, Sumita, you have a question?
Yeah, Bhante, I think the mutual trust and respect is very important in a relationship. Have to be open and receptive to
Yes, we may have a lot of
constructive
differences because
feedback.
two different people get
Yes.
together, right? They are different.
Yes.
There are many differences more than similarity. So,
Yes.
So then quarreling is not the solution.
Bhante, give and take, Bhante.
Compromise.
Yeah, compromise, give and take.
I think we are talking about this part in our next class. At the moment, what we are discussing is the wish of these both, Nakula Pita and Nakula Mata, and in particular about Manasapi Aticharita. This is very interesting. That means in Buddhism, it is said that if you really loving the person, never ever cheat on the other person, even with the thought. I think that's the most important thing in this in these two sections. All right, there's a question. How about little white lie, meaning telling lie with good intentions for what? You haven't. I think she said to me directly. Yes, I don't understand the context of this question. Little white lie, meaning telling lie with good intentions behind it. Okay, I think in terms of lying, I think we are supposed to speak the truth, become truthful people. But there are certain places we have to understand. Telling something really true at a wrong time might create some problems, right? Yes. Otherwise, we all have to be always truthful. It's a quality that we can maintain. All right. Any other questions? We can take 2 more minutes and then we can transfer the good karmas for today.
Yeah, Bhante, coming back to the white lies, we think it's to protect someone. That's why we have to tell a lie and all that, protect the feelings. But it can be very habitual. So in the end, we will be telling a lot of white lies. So it's better not to tell, and as delay telling them so that you don't have to tell in the first place.
Yeah, I think that is one of the disadvantages of the white lie. It can be habitual, perpetual, habitual. But if you know that this could be a very good help to save someone's life in terms of any physical, verbal, mental attack, you might do it in a proper way. I think I'm not suggesting anyone to do it. I always ask you to have good relationship with others, be with the right people, be with the Kalyana Mitra, so you don't have to lie to anybody. If you are with the wrong people, yes, you will have to do a lot of bad things because you want to defend them, right? So, yeah. Anyways, if you do a bad thing, you think there's a good intention, it can be habitual. So that is a risk. Try to solve it in the safer zone, in the kusala aspects. If not, don't be in touch with those unwise people.
But we at home are very blessed with parents who are like this couple, they could hardly hear them argue, or even in expressing anger. Sometimes like putting things on the table in a loud manner or closing the door very loudly. We have never see or hear them doing things like that. So we're very, very
Yeah,
blessed.
yeah. That's a blessing to them. That's a blessing to the future generations who were coming out of them. Yes. Actually, when the father, mother were quarreling, children also pick it up.
Yes, right.
They pick it up very easily. They imitate everything. So it can be very generational. All right. I get the information about that question, meaning my brother passed away. And I, all right. Like to my mom saying that he didn't come busy. I dare not to tell my mom the truth. Well, I mean, this is about, yeah. Well, I mean, you had good intention, but you didn't want your mother to be unhappy, sad. Well, you know what to do. And we cannot say that you have, it is good that you said a lie. Truth-telling attitude. Even this is being discussed in the West and the East. In the West, doctors are really telling patients, you have a cancer, you have to get ready for that. In the East, in some countries, they don't tell it, right? Because the patient might be more, sad and unhappy about it. So there are different ways. So I think maybe you know about your mother. Maybe you must have done the proper thing. I think that is how you have to think about it, rather than finding that there was alive, because you initially wanted to make sure her health is good. All right. I think the message for today's Sutta discussion from Paṭhamasamajīvī Sutta is that to discuss about an ideal relationship in terms of not cheating. So here we learn a Buddhist couple, truly a Buddhist couple, they did not even cheat in a thorn. Now, according to our reading, this couple has been in marriage for over 40 years. Right? So, over 40 years. So that means it is such a very wonderful thing. I mean, in modern life, we might not be able to understand it properly, but in the story, we understand it is possible. So the message to you is that not that you are putting the same message tomorrow in your life, rather learning that we could be as truthful as much to each other in your relationship. That will really help you to practice more Dhamma, rather than just having head everywhere, get stuck with all the akusalas, and then don't know where you're going with your thoughts. But you are physically with somebody, that's going to really make more harm. All right, with that, we're going to transfer all the good karmas. May all the good karmas which we be making today be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of us. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me yate nang huntu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me yate nang huntu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me yate nang huntu sukita huntu nyatayo. Also, may all the good karmas which we be making today be shared by all the Deva, Naga, and Mahitika, powerful non-human beings. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of us for good health, quality of life, and prosperity. May Deva, Naga, and Mahitika also finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavata cha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Ittavata cha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Ittavata cha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Akasattha ca bhummattha deva naga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkhantu lokasasanam. Akasattha ca bhummattha deva naga mahiddhika Punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu desana Akasattha ca bhumatta devanaga mahindika Punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu man paranti chirang rakhantu tvang sadati. Also, we are going to make the greatest wish. This wish has a lot of links to the story that we are talking about. Kalyana Mitras at the level of our personal relationships and Kalyana Mitras around us in our Dhamma practice. Going beyond the house, may we be in the company of Kalyana Mitras who can motivate us, who can deepen, sustain our Dhamma practice. May we be not in the company of Papa Mitras who can drag us away from the Dhamma practice. Thinking thus, we're going to make the wish. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamu satang samagamu bhutu yavani bala patya. Finally, may all the good karmas which you've been making today be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana Siddhissa Nichang Vadha Pachayino Chattaro Dhamma Vadhanti Ayuvano Sukhang Balang Ayurarogya Sampatti Saddha Sampatti Mevache Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samyunjati Sadhu Sadhu. So we are thankful to Ti-Ratana Vihara for conducting, facilitating this Sutta discussion for 96 days already. So,
Sadhu
everybody.
Bhante.
Thank you, Aliana.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu,
Everybody.
Bhante and
Sadhu.
Sister
Thank you,
Aliana.
Bhante.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
everybody.
you, thank you,
People,
Bhante.
Brothers and
Thank you,
sisters.
Sister
wishing you
Aliana
a
and
good
everyone.
night, and
Yeah,
then
good
I'll
night.
see you next
Good night,
Good night,
Friday,
everyone.
same
everybody.
time.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank
Sadhu,
you,
sadhu.
See you
Yes,
next week.
thank you everyone for joining.
Bhante.
thank you.
You.
Thank you.
Right.
Good night,
Night.
everyone. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Sister Elena.
Thank you, Shilin. Good night.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Thank
So
you and good
is Brother Lim still in a retreat?
Brother Lim is in having company dinner
Company.
today.
Okay, okay. But now we have Aaron, so we don't have to worry too. Yes.
Yes.
Right.